we of course have a history with this material.
That's true.
We got to know each other during the production of Macbeth.
Another fun fact. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Yes.
It's a famous thing in the climax of the play. During the rehearsal period, my grandmother died.
Oh.
And I had to miss a few rehearsals and go to the funeral. And she was buried in Burnham Wood, Wisconsin.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Hello, it's me. We've been together for a long time.
I wanna see for the rest of the while.
And never need a reason to smile.
And
Spend the night together if you think I should.
And that matters to me.
I wanna be free. And I'll never ever fade away from me.
Hi, folks.
Hi.
I've got some postcards here that I'm going to read. This is a New York City postcard. It says, "Howdy from NYC." I recognize that drawing, but there's no name, so I don't know who this is from. But you who sent it know who you are.
NYC.
This is Sam from Lansdale, Pennsylvania. Hello again, Basement Crew. Postcard number 3, this time with spring officially here. I was wondering, what are your favorite movies about baseball? Keep up the great work. Until next time.
Baseball.
Movies about baseball.
I gotta say Bull Durham.
Major League. I was a fan of that when I was growing up. I watched that several times.
Solid comedy, that. But Bull Durham is just like, that's good filmmaking with comedy.
Oh, Moneyball. I love Moneyball.
Us nerds don't understand math or baseball, but that movie makes us think that we understand them both.
This is a postcard that says "Ce n'est pas un couteau." That's a joke if you are an art fan. It is from Sean Henry, our buddy over there in Canada, and it says, "I see you've played Knifey Spoony before."
Simpsons go to Australia.
And we have some envelopes here to open up. Let's see what we got here. Vinylpost.co. I think we got one of these last time.
Here we have something that has the Queen on the stamp, so it's from Britain or one of its protectorates. I do hope that the Queen's doing well.
This is a flexi disc single right here from Vinyl Post. We got one of these on our last unboxing show. I don't recall who sent it. Initials are TAH. And on this postcard it says, "Will you go to prom with me? Check yes or no." Of course I'll go to prom with you.
If that question was for me, sorry, you're already taken.
As long as Craig can be our chaperone.
I ain't driving no limo.
You'd say, keep it apart, you two.
Yep. This is from Owen, who is from Liverpool, I gather. I saw this card and thought, that'll do. F with 3 stars. Fish it, that'll do. Hello, Matt, Craig, Tona, and the cats. I'm a huge fan of the show, and I wish to congratulate you on the continuing entertainment you bring. I've recently started reading books again, and now it has become an addiction. I'd love to know how you pick out new books. Does a cover jump out at you, or do you pick via recommendations? Thanks again for an excellent show from a Liverpudlian. Owen, how do I pick out books? Books will jump out in front of me and let me know I have to read them. I can go to a bookstore with money in my pocket and walk out empty-handed, because nothing makes sense to me in a bookstore. But then the next day I could walk into a bookstore and there'll just be this rare find, or this thing I've never heard of, or this thing that I had heard of but forgotten about. But I really don't know how I choose them, but I choose a lot of them, and my wife would say I have a problem.
This card is from Ryan in New York City. Apologies if my last card was hard to read. I blame the MTA as well as my jittery hands. Ha ha ha. Anyway, I too have gotten some SAG screeners via my brother as part of the guild. Ooh, naughty, naughty. I voted. What? I wanted to ask, what's your favorite Shakespeare adaptation? I'd recently seen The Tragedy of Macbeth, which we just talked about on our last episode of Welcome to the Basement. And while as a finale, I felt rushed. I was strictly talking about, I'd say, Throne of Blood by Akira Kurosawa, but to each their own. Currently, I know Daniel Craig has donned the role recently on Broadway. Oh, that's cool. I'll sadly miss it. Anyway, happy spring. I should probably throw in happy Easter. Ha ha. Sincerely, Ryan. And Ryan made a little drawing. So Ryan sent that postcard that there wasn't a name because that little drawing's on there.
Yeah, does it smell like the subway?
No.
Good. Favorite Shakespeare adaptation?
I like Brian as Hamlet. I like Brian as Much Ado About Nothing.
I don't like his Hamlet, but I like his Much Ado and his Henry V. This is going to sound both hoity and toity, but Chimes at Midnight, Wells's version of the Henry ad where he compresses 3 history plays into one, is really, really strong. I also love Kurosawa's Ran, which kind of broke me into foreign films and Shakespeare simultaneously.
When you go to our website, welcometothebasementshow.com, you can see all of our episodes, and there are also PayPal donation buttons that you can click on to make a one-time or rolling monthly donation to support our show. I will now salute some of our rolling monthly donors. Jawaka Records and Things, Corey, Robert, Amy, Tiffany, Tabitha, Jenny, Mark, Ruben, Larissa, Jerry, Andrew, Kendall, Vincent, Danielle, Jorge, Stephen, Jonathan, Linnea, Jeremy, Graham, Eden, and John. The rest of our donors later in the show.
I have a question, Matt. You read the donors every time we do the show. A lot of times it's the same donors. Do you jumble up the list? Because it's never in the same order.
I jumble up the list.
You jumble up the list.
I don't want it to be the same rhythm all the time.
Yeah.
I want it to be different.
Because Jawaka Records and Things has never come first.
I took it from the end and I put it at the beginning. Yes.
This is from Aaron in Hell's Kitchen.
This is from Ryan. I think, is this the same Ryan that we got a postcard and a letter from? Yep, Ryan Castrillo. We are getting a lot of mail from our buddy Ryan. Hello, Basement Dwellers. Hopefully a card arrived mentioning this motion picture. I haven't seen that. This particular movie has 4 English dubs. Personally, I recommend but I feel a bit... Okay, this movie is called The Mystery of Momo.
That's a Lupin the Third story.
Oh, okay.
Matt, Craig, and Tona, please enjoy round 2 of the Postcard Project. Like before, please feel free to keep these or throw a stamp on them and send them out via the proud USPS. Aaron, open carefully. First, remove paper clips. Save them. You never know when such things will become valuable. And careful. Careful. It says it even has a... He's made me nervous. I feel like I'm being watched by dozens of people. Matt, Tona, should I open it for you?
Sure.
Okay. And Craig.
Oh, yeah. Aaron has made these postcards before. This particular style of art. This is really cool. I like this a lot.
This is the one for Tona.
Look at that.
Yeah, look at that.
That's beautiful. That
sunrise over a mountain.
That really, it's like he knows Tona because that's the perfect postcard for her. Because she loves sunrises. And I love this.
Well, I love crossed colors. No, there we go. I do like it better this way.
It's beautiful.
No one is going to be receiving this via the USPS. They're too good. Just another day in the United States Air Force Mobile Unit.
I would now like you to meet Dr. Charles Forbin, the world's leading expert on computer systems.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Hey, come on, make some noise, you people. Yeah. Where are my scientists at? Where my scientists are over here?
Now there's one last point. One inevitable question.
What is my phone number, and am I available this Saturday night? Yes to both of those questions, even though one of them was not a yes or no question.
Harry Truman, years ago, when everybody was talking about passing the buck, said that the buck stops right here. But now that's no longer true.
The buck stops with Colossus, so don't blame me for anything. Particularly not our economy. Well, for he's a jolly good fellow. No one sings for He's a Jolly Good Fellow anymore.
I don't know if they ever sing this song.
I think they just sing it in movies and TV.
Yeah.
It's like people never did this.
400 cycle power supplies are running at about 4% distortion.
400? Give me 5!
6, 5, 4,
to... That joke never gets old.
Send what I tell you. Attention.
Hello, this is Kreshnev. You're dealing with me now. I want Colossus to act nice.
Dropping the lines could be very dangerous.
Exactly. I think we just have to hope that the two machines aren't too disappointed.
This movie is very boring.
Now it's time for viewer questions.
Ryan Holland writes, do either of you have any movies that you're hesitant to watch very often because you loved it so much? An example for myself is The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. I can't think of a movie for that specific reason, but there are movies that I've loved that I don't feel the need to ever watch again. Particularly Sam Mendes' 1917, which I thought was brilliant. I thought it was the best movie of that year, which I think was 2020. But I don't need to see it again.
There are movies that I loved a lot when I was young that I'm worried to go back to.
Yeah.
Because they might not be as good as I remember, that I might be more cynical about things. One of the dearest movies to me is Cinema Paradiso, and I can imagine grumping my way through the movie now and hating it, which is not how that movie is supposed to be felt. Mark Kunkel writes, Peggy J.H. and I once tried watching Paul Blart, Mall Cop. We didn't make it very far, so we stopped watching. So now when we want to stop watching a bad movie, one of us will ask if we should blart it. I think that's wonderful. So, have you blarted any movies recently? Yes, Academy Award-winning movie Drive My Car. Blart.
We get a lot of packages in our P.O. box, and we appreciate them all. A lot of these packages are records and music, and I make an attempt to listen to them. I've been pretty piss poor about doing that lately, but I listened to a record today, and I'm going to talk about it. And it is Uncle Tupelo, Anodyne.
Ah.
This is from T.A. Epley, I believe. I don't have much to say about this because this sounds like country music, it sounds like indie rock, it sounds like Tom Petty. You don't need much more than that. I have to say I like Uncle Tupelo better than Wilco. But I've never been a huge fan of Wilco.
Well, I have been a huge fan of Wilco.
He has been.
Yeah, still am.
He fell in love with the drummer, the heavy metal drummer.
My least favorite song of theirs.
The one I can call to memory immediately. And also, for those of you who are interested, clear vinyl.
Whoa. We have more donors. I'm going to read you the rest of our donors. Brandon, the Factory Boys, Malcolm, William, Charles, Vance, Sarah, Victor, Jared, Carson, Daniel, James, Paul, Krista, Maurizio, Michael, Dan, David, Einar, and Alexander. Thank you.
Alexander Hawk from Andover, Mass. 3 DVDs. We've got Bruce Campbell, My Name is Bruce. Got a loose DVD in there going on. Captain America, Civil War. I actually really like this movie.
Ah, yeah. It's one of my top 3 Marvel movies.
One of my favorites of the Marvel movies. And then we have one of my not favorites of the Marvel movies, Doctor Strange.
It's got one of those American accents in it. You know, done by an English person.
One of the ones that Benedict Cumberbatch does.
Yes.
When he talks like this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Dr. Stephen Strange.
That's right. I speak more American than you do. I'm a doctor. Willits, California. Christina and Adam and Ezra. Dear Matt and Craig, these DVDs have sat waiting to be sent for years as we ponder the perfect words to express what you've meant to us. You are the comfort show for bedtime. The first thing our son saw was your Catch-22 episode with Daddy in the hospital. Nearly family after a decade, we are with you every day.
Wow.
First off, the movies. The Wilderness Family, which is Christina's childhood favorite. Nature Hates You, Loves You. Our montages, a movie. The Wilderness Family.
Adventures of the Wilderness Family.
Shall We Dance? Adam's favorite movie. Wonderful look into Japanese culture. And Passion.
Oh, I've heard of this. This is supposed to be really good.
Yeah, they remade this with Richard Gere and Jennifer Lopez, I believe.
You cough too much.
Thank you. I was hoping you'd notice after all these years.
Oh, I've noticed.
Yes.
Good night.